These facts will flip your view of science, nature, and even your own body. From fruit imposters to space-proof animals, reality is far stranger than fiction. Let's dive into 15 mind-blowing truths that sound fake, but are 100% real. Think you know your fruits? Get ready to have your mind peeled. It turns out bananas are true berries, while strawberries are not. In botanical terms, a berry develops from a single ovary and has seeds inside. Criteria that bananas meet perfectly. Strawberries, however, form from multiple ovaries and keep their seeds on the outside, making them imposters in the berry world. This surprising fact comes straight from plant science, not the grocery store. Even more confusing, other so-called fruits like avocados and kiwis are also true berries. So when you grab that banana thinking it's just a simple fruit, you're holding a complex botanical wonder. It's a reminder that science doesn't always match our shopping lists, and nature loves to play with definitions. Nature doesn't usually do right angles, except in the case of wombats. Wombats, native to Australia, are known for their quirky behavior, but perhaps their most bizarre feature is their poop. It comes out in perfect cubes. Scientists believe this adaptation helps keep their droppings from rolling away, which is crucial for marking territory. The shape is produced by a unique elasticity in certain parts of their intestines, where varying pressures compress the waste into six-sided shapes. It's not just weird, it's evolution at work. The discovery even caught the attention of engineers and physicists interested in how nature creates non-spherical shapes. Wombat poop proves that in the animal kingdom, even something as mundane as digestion can come with a clever twist. Welcome to Venus, where your day drags on longer than an entire year. Venus rotates on its axis so slowly that one full rotation takes about 243 Earth days. Meanwhile, it completes a full orbit around the Sun in just 225 Earth days. That means a single day on Venus lasts longer than its year. As if that weren't strange enough, Venus also spins in the opposite direction of most planets, a motion called retrograde rotation. The planet's thick clouds trap heat, making its surface hot enough to melt lead. Combined with the slow spin, the atmosphere creates wild weather systems that could last for months. Venus isn't just Earth's twin, it's our twisted mirror, where time, temperature, and physics all behave in extremes. Your body is constantly rebuilding itself from the inside out. The human stomach produces strong hydrochloric acid to break down food, so strong that it can also digest meat, bone, and even some metals. Yet your stomach doesn't digest itself. Why? Because the inner lining of your stomach renews itself every 3 to 4 days. This rapid regeneration keeps the acid in check and protects you from internal damage. Without this process, we'd be in serious trouble. The human body's ability to repair and rebuild is a marvel of biology, operating silently behind the scenes every moment of our lives. It's a little-known fact that highlights how fragile and yet incredibly adaptive our systems truly are. One food has the power to last forever, and it's sitting in your kitchen. Honey is practically immortal. Archaeologists discovered pots of it in ancient Egyptian tombs that are over 3,000 years old and still edible. Its long shelf life is due to a combination of low moisture, high acidity, and natural enzymes that suppress bacteria and spoilage. When sealed properly, honey becomes an environment where nothing unwanted can grow. It's also packed with antioxidants and has been used for centuries in healing wounds and treating infections. Unlike most foods, honey doesn't need preservatives or refrigeration. It's sweet, it's stable, and it's one of nature's most remarkable gifts, an edible time capsule that never expires. Your nose is more powerful than you've ever imagined. Though we often take it for granted, the human nose can distinguish over 1 trillion different scents. That's right, trillion. with a T. This ability comes from hundreds of olfactory receptors that detect tiny airborne molecules. Your brain then decodes these signals into recognizable smells like rain on the pavement, morning coffee, or even fear pheromones. Our sense of smell is closely linked to memory and emotion, so a simple scent can bring back a powerful moment from years ago. It's one of the most primal and complex senses we possess, even if we don't always give it the credit it deserves. Meet the tiniest, toughest survivor on Earth and beyond. Tardigrades, also called water bears, are microscopic animals with superpowers. They can survive boiling heat, cold, extreme pressure, radiation, and even the vacuum of space. When conditions get bad, tardigrades dry out and curl into a dormant state called a tun, essentially pressing pause on life. In this form, they've been sent into space and returned unharmed. Scientists are fascinated by them because their resilience could offer clues about life's limits, and even the possibility of surviving interplanetary travel. They're nearly indestructible, incredibly ancient, and quietly rewriting what we know about life's ability to endure the universe. Even monuments can feel the chill. You'd think the Eiffel Tower, made entirely of iron, would stay the same size year-round, but it grows and shrinks with the seasons. In hot summer months, thermal expansion causes the iron to stretch, making the tower grow by up to 6 inches. In winter, the cold contracts the metal, causing it to shrink. This subtle shift perfectly shows how temperature affects physical materials, even massive landmarks. Engineers built this flexibility into the design, knowing the tower would change with the climate. The Eiffel Tower doesn't just stand tall, it subtly moves with the rhythm of nature. They float above us, but they're no lightweights. A single cumulus cloud, the kind you'd draw in a cartoon, can weigh over 1 million pounds. That's roughly the weight of 100 elephants. So why don't they fall? The water droplets in clouds are extremely small and spread out over a vast area. Warm air currents rising from the Earth help keep them suspended. This delicate balance between gravity and lift allows clouds to float gently across the sky. It's a beautiful paradox, something so heavy yet so light in motion. The next time you gaze up at the sky, remember, you're looking at one of the planet's quietest, weightiest wonders. The ocean's oldest predators beat the forests by millions of years. Sharks have been swimming in Earth's oceans for more than 400 million years. That's at least 50 million years before the first tree ever rooted into the soil. These ancient creatures have survived 5 mass extinction events and adapted through countless environmental changes. With skeletons made of cartilage instead of bone and a sixth sense for detecting electric fields, sharks are evolutionary masterpieces. While trees shaped our atmosphere and ecosystems, sharks were already cruising the prehistoric seas. They're not just fearsome hunters, they're survivors from a world before branches, leaves, or forests ever existed. Yes, a group of flamingos is as fabulous as it sounds. When flamingos gather, they form a group known as a flamboyance, and the name fits perfectly. With their bright pink feathers, graceful necks, and synchronized movements, flamingos are like living art. The vibrant color comes from the carotenoids in their diet of algae and shrimp. And despite their glamorous looks, flamingos are deeply social birds that rely on flock dynamics for feeding, mating, and protection. The term flamboyance captures both their elegance and eccentricity. It's not just a label, it's a celebration of their dazzling identity in the bird world. Slow on land but superhuman underwater. Sloths might be famous for their sluggish lifestyle, but they have a hidden talent: breath holding. These animals can slow their heart rate by up to 90%, allowing them to hold their breath for as long as 40 minutes. That's longer than most dolphins, who usually surface after 10-15 minutes. This skill helps sloths avoid predators when they're taking a dip in forest ponds or rivers. Their low metabolism and calm nature are key to this underwater endurance. It's proof that being slow doesn't mean being weak. In fact, it can mean being incredibly efficient. When it comes to survival, nature gets creative. Some turtles, especially those that hibernate underwater during winter, have developed a bizarre but life-saving trick. They can breathe through their rear ends, specifically through a multifunctional opening called the cloaca, which absorbs oxygen from the water. This allows them to survive months without surfacing for air. It sounds strange, but it's a brilliant adaptation for staying alive when lakes and ponds freeze over. Cloacal respiration might not be glamorous, but in the wild, it's pure genius. Nature often finds a way, and sometimes that way is through the back door. Our closest neighbor is far from still. The moon may seem quiet and lifeless, but beneath its dusty surface, it's constantly shifting. Moonquakes, seismic tremors similar to earthquakes, shake the lunar crust. Some are caused by tidal forces, from Earth's gravity, while others come from meteor impacts or thermal changes as the moon enters sunlight. Unlike Earth's quick jolts, some moonquakes can last for up to 10 minutes. These movements can affect future moon missions, especially when building structures. It's a cosmic reminder that even in the vast silence of space, nothing is ever truly still. Sometimes the most ordinary things are the most complex. It might surprise you to learn that a tomato has around 31,000 genes, far more than the 20,000 or so found in the human genome. This abundance of genetic material helps tomatoes control ripening, resist diseases, and develop flavor and texture. Scientists sequence the tomato genome to better understand plant biology and improve crop yields. It turns out that nature doesn't equate simplicity with fewer genes. The tomato's complexity makes it a valuable model for research, so next time you slice one for a sandwich, remember, you're cutting into a genetic marvel.